Professor Madhav Nalapat, editorial director of the Sunday Guardian, Joyita Bas, who's the editor of the Sunday Guardian, and Dr. Joseph Chalil works with Universal News Network and is a former chairman of the Indo-American Press Club.
You may recall that I have actually written at the close of 2015 that Donald Trump is likely to be the candidate. And among the reasons I had mentioned was a fear of the very vibrant African American community in that section of the community that was of European descent. And unfortunately, what is happening now is that you have individuals like this particular terrorist, because what he has done is nothing but an act of terror. It's as bad as anything that is done by ISIS or Al-Qaeda terrorists.
I agree with you, Rishabh, 100%. This is, again, a sad day for America, for, a minority living in America, as an Indian living in America. It is close to home. When you see an 18-year-old teenager taking a rifle and shooting up people, mass murdering a terrorist, but a child, for that matter, undeveloped, underinformed, undereducated, in a driving 3-4 hours to and researching this black neighborhood, trying to find out the zip code in that state of New York with the highest black majority, and then to go on a rampage shooting. It really, really saddens and it kills the core of what America is founded on, as Glenn and Professor Nalapat was just mentioning. It just pains us all. His manifesto is all about anti-Semitism, crimes against blacks, and they feel blacks are now being entitled with the Black Lives Matter movement, and they're getting more money from stimulus checks, and the poor whites are left out. It's no matter what it is, the shooting and killing people are not the answer for this. And again, I understand people need to have guns for sport purposes, and they love to have that freedom of owning.
Yeah, but Dr. Chalil, this is the thing, and I'm glad you're here, because viewing this from an Indian lens is a lot different. I'll give you an example. In the US, for example, the Roe versus Wade argument has now come back again. Abortion has become an issue. In India, it's a non-issue, and we're supposed to have a right of center government. Gun control is a non-issue here, absolutely zero. It's a completely non-existent issue in this country. So what is traditionally defined as right versus left, and who votes Democrat and who votes Republican is a lot different in this country. But we also have our problems. We have language is a huge issue, not so much in America. Here, it's the federation of our states is defined by language. If you go to the south of India and speak Hindi, you won't be very welcome. So in the larger scheme of things, what is the co-learning that can happen? Because right now only co-lecturing, if something goes wrong in America, we are acting smug, and if something goes wrong, well then US congresspersons are traveling to POK for some reason to lecture us from there. There's something going wrong in this relationship at this level. How do we fix it?
I would say maybe a collaborative problem solving, as opposed to lecturing each other on what is wrong with each country. America is no way perfect. I mean, I've been living here for 22 years. I grew up in India, and this is no way the perfect country, but this is the best we have among the rest of the nations in racial equality. Maybe I'm less discriminated in America compared to any other country in the world, but it is never perfect. But it is, in the formation of a, more perfect union, as we call it. I think what America need to do is just to look internally a little bit, fix the problems in America. Again, this war need to stop. Inflation is going through the roof. People are not able to afford even daily, their gas needs, their food prices going up, milk, egg prices. It never happened in the past few decades. So I think it's time President Biden need to focus on America itself, fix America, and support with other democracies, and somehow.
Okay, because so I'll leave the last word with Dr. Chalil. Dr. Chalil, does politics in America exacerbate this, just like politics in India exacerbates the community tension that we have?
Definitely. In fact, that's the worst thing. What's going to happen now? The election season has started in America. In the next 1 year, all the politicians are now, raising funds for the campaigns. You will have, what we call the Trumpists, who are into creating for the Republican parties, and the Democratic Party getting into some sort of a blackist. They're trying to promote the Black Lives Matter, and these narratives are created and played on, and I don't think any compromise will happen on any issues or stimulus funds anymore, because it's going to be a political disaster for each party which does it. So this is going to get worse in the next 1 year. I hope and pray that it's time we all come together and pray for peace. And this is the time we need Gandhi, we need Martin Luther King, we need people
I'm just going to make an appeal, and this is the reason I've had this conversation.